Tim, you're a veteran. How can I help you, my friend?
Yes, sir. Thanks for letting me in. I'm a veteran, and we're looking at buying a home, my wife and I. She is a chiropractor. She has her own practice, and right now I was just laid off. We're looking at this home, but we want to know whether we should wait till my credit improves to take advantage of the VA loan, or would it be more beneficial to go just on her credit and take advantage of this $8,000 stimulus package thing.
Okay, number one, most importantly, thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
Okay, number two, have you ever owned a home? Have either of you owned a home in the past 3 years?
No.
Okay, and what is her income that she could document, being a chiropractor?
Well, it constantly is increasing. At the time that we would go in, it would probably be right around 90 to 100,000.
Okay, that's great. And why is your credit bad? Or why do you think your credit's bad?
Well, I had some difficulties with paying some bills in the last year, and so I have some late payments.
Okay. Have you had your credit run lately?
I have, yes.
Okay. What are your scores and what are her scores?
Hers is about 780,
nice.
And mine's about like 500.
All right. Well, you are a mess. Okay. I could tell you that. And how much of a home are you looking to buy?
Right now we're looking right around the 250 range.
And do you have any money for a down payment?
Yes.
All right. How much money do you have for a down payment?
Between $8,000 and $10,000.
$8,000 and $10,000. Okay, it's not bad. And what area are you looking to buy in?
Evergreen Park.
Okay, perfect. All right. So here's the deal. Tell you what, Patrick. Let's just hold off on trying to get hold of Paul. He must be in a bad sell area. Here's what I would do if I were you. Okay. I would strongly recommend that you call Gary to help him fix you with your credit because, your credit is obviously a mess and needs some work. Okay,
right.
And that's what Gary does, 312-642-5600. It's the phone number. Why don't you give out your phone number to Tim here?
Tim, 630-624-9557. David, wouldn't an option for them would be to make the purchase under the wife's name only?
Well, yeah.
Work on his credit and then eventually get him in.
Right, and I don't know. I don't originate VA loans, Tim. Okay, so I don't think the VA has any credit limitations, if you will. Right, but they might. Okay, because I know FHA didn't in the past, but now they do. Okay,
right.
So if you really want to take advantage of the home and the home's a great buy right now, you could get in there and follow my plan. $250, right? 3% down, 3.5% down is about $8,000, right? Okay.
Right.
Negotiate a 6% closing cost credit with the FHA loan, like we always tell people to do from the seller. Okay, and I'll help you do that. Okay, so essentially what you would do is you would go in on a 350 home, negotiate it down by 5-6%, and whatever you negotiate the settle on, you just bounce the price back up and get the difference as long as it's not 6%, greater than 6% of the purchase price. Okay, you could get that in a closing cost credit, and we'll save you a bunch of money. And then once you're in there, you just file an amended tax return, and you get your $8,000 from the government. That's how it works. Okay?
Okay. Could I get Gary's number again?
Sure, Gary.
630-624-9557.
9557.
Are you working with a real estate agent right now, Tim, or are you driving around alone?
No, we haven't started yet. We're just looking at, we pulled her credit report, mine. We're looking at, what's feasible right now. So.
Okay. Well, I think, does she have any debts, car loans, student loans, credit cards, anything?
Student loans.
Okay, how much?
About, I guess we're down to about 75,000, 80,000.
Okay, but it's tax deductible because it's a student loan and they're locked in for a long term and it's costing you a couple $100 a month. Is that accurate?
Yeah, well, she's paying, I don't know, maybe $1,000 a month, to get it down. So.
Well, good for her, and she could always back off if she had to in order to help with some expenses. What I would do is, why is your credit so screwed up?
Well, right now it's because I had made all the late payments. Like just under a year ago, I was up at around 700.
Okay, how much credit card debt are you in?
About 13,000.
Okay, and why is your girl paying $1,000 extra a month into the student loans when you're sitting with $13,000 worth of debt? Does that make any sense?
No, well, that's what we're looking at now is paying that down. And
okay, well, I would stop. What's her minimum payments on her student loans?
I'm not too sure what the minimum is.
About $300, $400, $500, somewhere in there.
It's possible, yeah.
Okay, so then you're taking $700 that can be put towards your credit to pay off your non-tax deductible debt that's causing you to have, ear bleeds and nosebleeds and eye bleeds.
I'm sure with some recent late payments on those credit cards, they've jacked up those interest rates.
Uh-huh. And here's another mistake that people make. You talk about the 10 mistake, the common mistakes. People don't pay off the right things, and thanks for, getting us there quicker than I wanted to, Tim. But guys like Tim, without calling into a show like this and working with people like us, don't know what to pay off. Because he thinks and his girl thinks that paying off, is it your wife or fiance, Tim?
Wife.
Okay, him and his wife think that, I didn't mean to degrade her by calling her your girl. So, okay, your wife, you guys are paying off the wrong stuff. You're putting the hose on the wrong fire. Okay?
Right.
You don't need to pay off a student loan that's got a fixed rate loan when you're sitting with $13,000 worth of debt. I love you. Okay? You're a veteran. I appreciate you dodging bullets in foreign countries and for my freedoms and all that other good stuff, right? I really do, but I'm trying to help you here. Put the fire out where the fire is. Okay?
Right.
You've got fire down below. Aim the hose where it needs to go. Okay? And then your credit scores will come back up. Buying a home with $13,000 worth of debt that's costing you what, Gary? About $700-800 a month?
Almost $1,000 a month for that much, yeah.
Okay? Isn't that what your debt's costing you?
I would say so, yeah.
All right. Wouldn't it be nice to take that extra money to pay off all that debt so you're going in this new house with 600 credit scores for you and no debt?
Absolutely.
Oh, there you go.
Tim, even though you got some recent late payments on there, just by reducing those balances, you're going to see an increase in your credit score.
There you go. All right, Timmy, we're going to put you on hold. I'm going to get to my partner, Barry. I don't know what the hell happened to my old boss, Paul Joseph, but we're going to put you on hold. Gary's going to call you after the show. I'm going to call you after the show. We're going to help you. Okay, my friend?
Thank you, buddy.
All right, man. Hang tight. First time here on the show?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling. There you go. Helping a veteran.
Yep.
Tony, how are you?
I am good, sir. How are you?
I'm great. I'm going to read an email from Tony if I could master the English language. I contacted you 2 years ago and told you about my situation. I had previous bankruptcy in 03 and was earning 48 G's. You were straightforward and honest about the realities of the situation, which I said he sucks and he needs to work hard. That was pretty accurate, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I took your advice and used Gary Novell. Surprise, Gary. This was this is your life. I used Gary Novell to help straighten my credit. As a result, my credit score went from a 501 to a 678. I have a lease ending in November, but would like to take advantage of the $8,000 credit. I currently earn whatever. He earns a lot more, so all you single women out there, guy makes some dough and looking to buy a house. I've read a lot about the tax credit bridge loans to be used as a down payment and was wondering if there's anything was available in Illinois, and I told him no. But I asked Tony to call in because he's a perfect example of a guy that called us back a couple of years back who was a complete train wreck, who has pulled himself up and cleaned himself up, and I just wanted him to call to tell the listeners about the experience of not only working with me but also working with Gary, because I knew Gary was going to come in today. So, Tony, you got about 40 seconds before the break, and then I'm going to put you on hold. We got a short break, and then I want to bring you back. Is that okay, bud?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why don't you quickly going into the break, what was it like working with Gary to fix your credit?
It was fantastic. I wasn't really apprehensive because I had heard him so often on your show. And I had done a lot of research on my own about credit, but the experience with Gary is all consuming because he spends about 90 minutes with you on the initial phone call going over everything. You get a education like you've never had in credit. And he doesn't pull any punches when you go over your credit report. And it was an experience to say the least.
All right, hang on to that, Tony. Hang on. I got to pay some bills.